The Hilltop Glove podcast is sponsored by Mid Carolina Service Company.
Mid Carolina Service Company is the first name to search for your residential or commercial HVAC needs in Lexington and surrounding areas.
Just go holler at Jason and Clint. They'll hook you up on the air conditioners, on the restaurant equipment, refrigerators, refrigeration, ice machine repair. They've been doing this for years. I know them cats forever.
Family owned and operated since 2006, they pride themselves in their quality work and customer relationships. Call 803-356-4153 or visit midcarolinaserviceco.com for a no obligation quote for service today.
This episode of the Hilltop Glove podcast is powered by Caddy Pack, the artist making waves with a sound that's bold, creative, and unmistakably universal. If you love music with flavor, edge, and personality, you need to lock in with her today. Hit caddypack.com to stream the music, watch visuals, and grab merch. That's caddypack.com. Don't play yourself. Go run it up.
Welcome to the Hilltop Glove podcast.
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 The Hilltop Glove Podcast.
Welcome back to the Hilltop Glove podcast. Today we had the pleasure of speaking with the talented Maxx Good, an artist, producer, and self-taught engineer based in upstate South Carolina. Originally hailing, go ahead.
Maxx Good with an S.
Why did I didn't say this ran better? You know, you're so very right. Welcome back to the Hilltop Glove podcast. Today we had the pleasure of speaking with the talented Maxx Goods, an artist, producer, and self-taught engineer based in upstate South Carolina. Originally hailing from Brooklyn, New York, Maxx relocated to Greenwood, South Carolina at the age of 10. Max's journey in music began with five years of classical music training, which laid the foundation for his creative endeavors. In 2016, he took a significant step by publishing his first song, marking the beginning of his professional music career. Stay tuned as we delve into the musical mind of Maxx Goods, exploring his inspirations, creative process, and experiences in the industry. How are you doing today, my brother?
Wow. I'm doing great after that. That was crazy.
You sound amazing, don't you?
Wow. I didn't know I did that.
Hey, right? That's yeah, you did it.
Wow.
You did it. We just reading it back. We always like to say thank you to Maya for writing such a good.
Thank you.
By the way, as you met her little creepy self, got to dig in a little bit on you and figure out what's going on with you here. And I guess we'll start with this first. I always like to say, I guess it's a little misnomer that not misnomer. So Mr. Goods has been featured on our playlist back when the playlist is being done properly. I apologize to y'all for it not being done.
Y'all give a shout out if you want the playlist to come back.
Yeah, give a shout out.
Y'all make some noise. I want that to come back.
Yeah. So it's good to actually we like to have people who have been on our playlist on the podcast because now we can get a little bit into more of who you are. And apparently people like to know who their artists are.
Yeah, I think.
So this is a good thing for us to do, and it's nice to have you on here today. I know the one thing we always start off with, and we talked about this when we were in the green room, as they would call it. We start off each episode by asking about your upbringing. Where are you coming from? How did you get there? And could you tell us a little bit about your early influences?
You know what's crazy? I think about this a lot. It's kind of a mixed bag, really, because I didn't even get into like rapping and hip hop until like freshman in high school.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. But a lot of my influence started like me and my mom would hang out a lot.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, obviously, you know what I'm saying? And, I've always been a sponge. So I say that to say that walking around those Brooklyn streets, she would always take me. She would make sure once a week we go to the library. We would go to the Natural History Museum. She took me to plays, anything like
some city stuff.
Like we would go on like adventures. Like she made sure. And thinking back at it, I feel like that influenced my approach to music. And I realized that like music is my vehicle, but what I'm really in love with is the process of just being able to transmute my feelings into something. And it might just happens to be music, you know, but if it was anything. But my approach starts from being able to see like, oh, I live in an apartment, but then if I walk down a block, there's like architecture. And I didn't know that. I didn't have the language, but I knew I'm like, that's different. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of like just the inspiration, and I kind of like something's crystallized, and I just still have that to this day. That's how like my artistic journey started.
Any siblings?
Yes, but I was maybe 12 when my little brother was born, so I spent a good time being the only child.
Wow, so you get 12.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. How's your relationship with your siblings since there's such a large?
Oh well, okay. I have step brothers and sisters too. I love them though. Everybody's. You know what's crazy? I'm the oldest.
I figure.
So the pressure.
Yeah.
It was like you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like I grew up with the pressure. It was like, oh, like lock in. You know what I'm saying? Like I thank my little brother every day when he was born, because he came around in a time where I could have went left or right in terms of like just decision making. And his presence allowed me to like, hey, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, because my mother would always sit me down, because that's one thing we had. It was like a interpersonal relationship. So she was like, hey, he's watching you. You know what I'm saying? He's coming into this world. You got somebody looking up to you. So at 15, 16, it was like, oh, you want to come hang with us? It's like, I probably shouldn't do that because I want to, but what I feel like I wanted, I need to be that for him. So that kind of influenced a lot of decisions that I made in my life to just try to make sure that I'm always, because I ain't gonna lie, I'm crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm crazy.
My family's crazy. Like we do, like we're just nuts. But at the same time, like that just kept me alive. Like bumpers on the alleyway. Long story short, so and all my siblings, honestly, like they all just, it's just I just feel like the weight of making sure that I'm always doing something.
You know, you have eyes watching.
Yeah, exactly. So
Responsibility.
yeah,
Yeah,
man with children.
Yeah,
Right here.
I ain't got there yet, but yeah, I understand. Yeah, I get it.
But I know that, especially in the realm of music and in the genre of music that you're in, there are a lot of eyes on you. Specifically with what type of content you produce and et cetera. And I know we were talking about this and I thought this was hilarious. And I just want to speak the kids love the jams.
Hey, man.
They love the tunes.
I can't, it's the ultimate compliment.
Isn't
it? I never, like I make a lot of my stuff in my bedroom producer. Hopefully I love that about myself.
Yeah.
I know that's like a thing. But anyway, I said it to say like, I'd be surprised if anybody listened to it. But the fact that kids like enjoy my music, I was like, oh, okay, maybe I'm tapped into something like, because they don't have a lot of the judgments of the world and all this stuff. They just like
and
it or
they're
they
honest.
don't.
Yeah.
So I was like, wow, that's the ultimate compliment. Like,
we were just talking earlier today about the loss of being real in hip hop and how, especially in the younger generation, like there's a vacuum of that. So I feel like you kind of are answering that.
Oh, I appreciate that. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's real talk. No, seriously.
Really?
Yeah. This is real talk. Like your music, it doesn't seem contrived.
Oh,
like when I'm listening to it, and then when I met you today, especially in person, because obviously I can look at your social media, I can look at the pictures and stuff, the representation you have of yourself to the outside world. And I'm like, okay, I could try to get an idea who this person is. But then when I actually got to meet you in person and see your energy and see how you present yourself, I'm like, that's a real dude. Like, that's a real person. He flesh and blood. He look like a regular person like me. Like, he's not going to, I don't have to worry about you tripping out on me.
No, never that. Yeah, like, I take pride in, like, I don't know where I got that from, but I do, like, take pride in, like, being quote unquote normal, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, but and because here's the thing, not to get too deep, but I've been around artists my whole life, and artists are wacky. Like they can be, As a creative, I know that I'm like nuts sometimes. So like I do have the ability to tame it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I feel blessed knowing that I can like, okay, let me put on normal phase but yeah, when I get into the studio, I do tap into like a very like
you better so we can get something good.
Freedom, yeah.
And we were discussing this as well earlier, and I'm happy that we're talking about this now, like how artists are kind of strange, kind of kooky.
Yeah.
We were talking about fashion, and we were talking about Pharrell.
Oh yeah.
And about how strange Pharrell is. But the fact that strangeness has some kind of end goal to it.
Yeah.
Right? It has an end goal to it. Now, this is going to lead us right into this question. So, in order to become good at something, you have to spend hours, practice, training, approach to get to something, right?
Yeah.
And so, one of your favorite non-traditional artists, Virgil.
Absolutely, yes.
Could you speak about your like and your care for that artist?
For Virgil, yes, Virgil he opened my mind to being able to be okay. I'll say it like this: I never felt like I was particularly the best at anything. You know what I'm saying? So I never felt like I'm the best producer, I'm the best rapper.
Mm-hmm.
So once I learned who Virgil was, which was like way after he already was in the industry, I realized that he had a similar kind of like, hey, like I'm a jack of all trades, but I do it well. Mm-hmm. And then when the deeper I got into it, the more I'm like his philosophy on his work ethic and how, and I was like, oh, I wasn't born Whitney Houston, you know what I'm saying, with that level of talent, but I can work my off to become good.
You curse.
Oh, I can work my black ass off.
There you go.
to be great, you know what I'm saying? So like that's kind of like my relationship with Virgil. Like everything he does is inspiring. He has this very infamous quote about how like art is where you place it, because like if you have like you have like a crumpled up soda can next to a trash can, it's like that's trash, but if you put that in a gallery, now it's art. So it's like there's just a lot of philosophies that he has that I'm like, okay, my goal, I feel like what makes me different from most rappers specifically is that all my inspirations come from outside of the culture.
That's what, when we were discussing things out there, I thought that was odd. We didn't talk about a single rapper. I brought one up, but we didn't talk about a single rapper.
Yeah, like it did, you know what I'm saying? Because I started producing first, but the rapping part, like I found rappers that I liked and I loved, but when it comes to me and what I make, it's all about how can I'm gonna go down a rabbit hole about architecture. I'm gonna go down a rabbit hole about film and directors, and sometimes when I'm in the studio making beats, I'll throw on the latest Runway or whoever, because I'm trying to just take my art and take it to a different place, and I feel like I can't do that if I'm just listening to rappers all day, you know?
That's true. You get locked into the same kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Isn't this what we were talking about earlier? You're doing the right thing. You're doing hip hop.
I'm trying. Yeah. No, because that's what I love it. At the end of the day, I love the hip hop. But I was just listening to like, you know, an interview with Fat Five Freddy, and I just kind of confirmed like, this is an art, and I respect hip hop as an art, and I wanted to live in a space where like you can go to a Juilliard and you could study a ballet. I want to be able to have that level of esteem with hip hop, but in order for it to get there, or even it probably is there, but I want to be a part of that conversation of like, no, this is serious, but that requires real discipline. And the thing about art history and all these other, the way that people talk about their mediums is like, oh, it's a discipline, it's a practice. It's more than just like, I'm just going to the studio and telling my story, which is good, but that's not how I make my stuff, you know?
You want to level it up. Like we were discussing earlier, couture.
Yeah.
You want it to be something that you take and you can transfer the skills and the understanding to other high level experiences.
I love the way that fashion people talk about fashion. I love the way, same thing with architects, same thing with R&B, specifically R&B, rhythm and blues, the way that people who do R&B, the way that they talk about music, I'm like, okay, I don't really get it.
Especially R&B artists from the UK.
They study us more than we study.
I know. They know us better than ourselves.
So I always wanted to, same thing with like with food. Like when you see people who love food, the way that they talk about it and how it's like it's more than just eating. It's like the how it makes them feel. That's how I want to transmute that into my music the best as I can.
That's awesome. And so, like, just building more on this this practice and approach. So, obviously, you had early training. Could you talk about your early training and how it shaped the way you approach music to this?
Oh yeah. So when I moved to South Carolina, that was around the same year that Drumline came out, right?
Oh, that's a good job.
So between that transition from like 5th grade to 6th grade is when a lot of people joined the band. Yeah. So I was like, I'm going to be Nick Cannon. Like, I'm going to play the snare, you know? So that's how that started. I'm like, I'm going to play the drums.
Nick Cannon.
Yes, which is crazy to say in 2026.
Yeah, it is.
But I was there. You know what I'm saying? We was there. Yeah. So, but unfortunately, day one, so did everybody else. Everybody wanted to be Nick Cannon. And so my band director was like, what about the trumpet? And I said, sure, whatever. I'm here. You know what I'm saying? And for this goes into my work ethic, because for the first 3 years, I was bad.
Oh, you suck.
Last chair. Me and my friend Michael Smith, I never forget. Shout out to you, Mike. We would always go into band class and compete for last chair. It was like an inside joke. It was something that we just yeah. But then I changed my instrument to something that nobody ever heard of called the euphonium, and I was just happened to be good at it.
Yeah. Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
Why were you? How did you? Why and how?
It's an interesting story. I don't know if I should tell it or not.
You got it.
All right. So I'm not gonna say his name, but an older gentleman, he pulled me and a friend aside and he said, I know you play the trumpet, but you got some big lips.
I was about to say, this seems like you're about to go down a dangerous path.
You need to use a bigger mouthpiece. So I said,
Pause.
Okay. So he handed me the mouthpiece and it was comfortable. And I was like, at that time, I'm like a plastic man. I'm like, sure, let's do it. Yeah. And it turns out I was actually really good at it. And then for some reason, it just like, it clicked. And from then on, I just was just good. I don't know. I couldn't even, I mean, like literally.
That guy was like a scout.
He knew.
He knew. He was like, all right,
he kept it real.
Hands, long arms, shoulders width,
but when
you're going to be good power forward.
Yeah. And then that was kind of, I feel like I'm going off on a tangent. I say that to say that practicing classical music, learning how to sight read and being on traveling and all of this stuff.
Yeah.
What introduced me to like making music was I would be playing songs and then I would hear melodies that wasn't in the music. And for a long time, I didn't know that was like a superpower.
That is.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, I thought I was just like I don't know.
Coltrane in them. That's how they did. Yeah.
So
like this.
Exactly. And this was prior to like Fruity Loops and all that stuff. So I didn't know that it existed, but I didn't know any of that stuff. So with that saying, I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to learn how to compose? So like for a while I wanted to be a composer. But yeah, that's how that kind of started, of like me figuring out that I could make music. But I always got to get this tidbit out. Before I actually made music classically, there was this website called Cartoon Network.
Yo,
they had video games.
Yeah,
and Andre 3000 had a video game on the Cartoon Network where, I don't know if you remember, he had a TV show. Remember, he had a cartoon.
Yeah, he did.
And in the game, what you would do is you would take all the students and they all had instruments. And when you put them in the classroom, they would play the sounds and you could mix the basses with and that's how I was producing. And I didn't know this. I didn't know that.
That's what it is.
So then it all kind of like came together, you know, saying at some point, I'm like, oh, I low-key been training for this for a while. So once I got my hands on music programming, it was like, oh, you've been
easy work. And you were doing it as a game.
Yeah, it was, literally.
Shout out to Andre 3000 for making
seriously,
the kids' version of Fruity Loops.
Literally. And that also goes to, I don't know if he's going to get to it, but my love for sampling.
Yeah.
I have a passion for sampling, not because it's like, I'm not a snob about it.
Good samples.
Thank you. I try. It's really hard.
Good samples.
It's really hard, but I do my best to like, just dig up that stuff, because to me it's like pop art, but with music. And that's just what I love. I'm passionate about it. Yeah. So
I like what you said earlier too about what Virgil said about what art is, like what you take and where you put it. Like a sample, it's about how you chop it, what pieces you use and how they're lined up.
Yep.
It can either be trash.
Yep.
Or you can turn it into treasure.
I can't tell you how many times I've heard a beat and I'm like, oh yeah, and then the drums, then it drops, and I'm like, oh. Like I was there.
Threw them all over this beautiful thing that you were trying to do.
Absolutely.
So, all right, next question, and I saw this a lot in like this happening in the socials, right? The young folks are doing this. So we got to ask this young folks. Cool. You know how they're doing those things where they show like the folks with their younger selves?
I just saw that. Yeah.
So what would you give your younger self advice, or what would your younger self tell you now that you would think would be good for you? Like your younger self's looking at you, seeing what you've been through, etc. What would they tell you?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like my younger self would be pretty ecstatic, you know.
That's dope.
And living in the moment, it's like, no, I'm not exactly where I want to be. But when I think about some of the things that I've done, because you have a tendency to forget that.
Yeah.
Some of the places I performed and literally awards that I've won and stuff like that. Younger me would be like, wow, you're a rapper? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. I wanted to be so many things when I was a kid, and that goes to not to offend anybody, my undiagnosed ADHD, that I wanted to be so many things. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be so many things. But I remember, I feel like I've told this story before, but my cousin who works in the media was like, what do you want to be? And I randomly was like, a rapper. And he was like, what? And I was like, I don't know, I guess. And he was like, well, rap something. And I was like, no. He was like, all right, then. So you don't want to be a rapper. And it, fast forward, here I am, you know what I'm saying? And people recognize me for my art and stuff. So younger me would be very proud. And I would tell younger me, you're fine, you know? Like, I would say invest in Bitcoin.
It's called a blockchain.
Yeah.
Buy some of that shit.
Buy it early. I can't afford it. Yes, you can. $5 would have bought you 1 million shares.
I look at that price all the time. I'm like, you mean to tell me in 2011 it was a 10 cent?
Yeah, no. It was
yeah.
Lord Jesus.
But yeah,
start on that.
I'm just fine. Like you're doing good. It's all part of the journey. Everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause it's been a journey. Nonetheless.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Now, trends, and we were having this discussion. We talk about trends all the time. That's what we're here to do. We're on a podcast. We got to talk about trends. We got to discuss these. Now, you as a creative, and especially with music, their content that you discuss. And we were talking about this with your track Hot Sauce, right? We were talking about the fact like, yo, you got to know who Hot Sauce was.
Yeah,
they said ESPN2 after school. I'm watching it. I'm following them going through, and I know who Hot Sauce is. So you drop certain lines. Do you ever run into an issue or situation where you're like, am I producing do you ever worry about, am I producing content that people are going to be able to understand based on trends? Like, do I need to say certain catchwords? Are there certain pieces of content that I need to talk about in order to make sure people are following?
Yeah. Yes and no. So yes, I consider it, but no, I don't make it my priority. So for a good minute, especially like after COVID, when TikTok was going crazy, I was like, oh, I need to start making like TikTok. I need to make something that people are relevant, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But in recent years, I've noticed that, and I've had this conversation a lot, that music lives in the real world. You know?
That's a threat.
And I've recently, you know, saying, because I want to step up my musicality, and I'm just going back to the same part of it is like, for it to manifest in the real world, you got to make something that's tangible, it's good, and it doesn't matter what's going on. But the reason why I say yes is because I'm a rapper. So it's part of my responsibility to do as current as possible. So I take it into consideration. If it's fly, I'll put it in there. But I'm not pressed about it, because at the end of the day, if it's good and if it's classic, it doesn't matter when it's going to come out. It's going to be relevant. One of my goats, J. Cole.
Yeah, I can't argue on
obviously that. And but early on, like, he would say things that I never heard rappers say. Like, he would rap about news.
Yes.
And
very direct. Very direct.
You know what I'm saying? Something that happened, and hear his perspective on it, and then that trained me to think, like, it doesn't matter what, it's about the message. Why is this important?
Yeah.
And as a rapper, we are orators of the times. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yo, bro, you be on point. You like, yeah.
You having that conversation with somebody in the future.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
essentially, yes. Because you're not going to go, well, some people will. I mean, if you're smart, you're going to go back and listen to a news article. But why do that when you could like go back and listen to a rapper? You know what I'm saying? And just get a sense of like, I'm injected into this world. So, yeah, I do have a sense of responsibility, I feel, there to stay current. But yeah, I mean.
But you don't, it doesn't force you to, like,
oh, yeah, no.
Like, you aren't going to rewrite a song because you didn't talk about the latest TikTok craze of cooking salmon and sticking it up your nose. I'm just saying, it was some wild stuff up there, bro. It was a wild stuff. I could have said something else, but you know.
The reason why I don't do it is because I tried it and it was bad.
Oh.
What am I, you know what I'm saying? Well, I'm not going to say bad because that's subjective, but it didn't translate.
Oh. Okay.
So that's not my skill set.
Okay.
So I'm not afraid to say that like I put something out and it's like, oh, people didn't really gravitate towards that. That's because I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing. My responsibility. I can't be upset because somebody doesn't listen to my art. I have to make something that people connect to. And that's my only goal ever, is to make stuff that, yeah, this is me and this is something I like to do, but if it doesn't connect, I take that responsibility, not everybody else.
Gotcha. So is that and what are you hoping that your listeners take away from your music?
Just something that they could either relate to, something that they can cherish with a memory, you know, the kind of things that, you know, that music is for. Is just like the soundtrack to your life. Yeah. I remember this is when hip hop became important to me because when I discovered Wayne and Drake at the same time, and like I was like, oh, this is hard. Yeah. But then when I heard Cole, Wale, Big Sean, those were like my rappers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Those are your tribe. Like, you can feel
and
those
it made sense. I'm like, okay, like he's talking about college when I'm getting ready to go to college. They're talking about fashion when I'm learning how to dress. They're like, it all became relevant then. And that's when I realized the power. And I'm like, I want to be able to do that for somebody. Maybe because I'm I tend to be more introspective than I am like descriptive. Yeah. So I feel like maybe I can be the inner voice for a lot of people. Whether it be just expressing like an emotion and realizing that it's just an emotion and we're going to live in this moment and get it out, or whether it be like, hey, like sit down, calm, think what's going on. It's okay. I'm going through it too. But mentally, it's not just the outside part of it. I'm in your head with it too. Like, so that's my goal.
You do have a stream of consciousness flow. Like, it would be like if I'm listening to it while I'm doing something, it'd be like I'm thinking in my head. As opposed to because they'll narrate a story or there's a lot of rappers that it's like you're talking to a crowd. It's set up like there's a group of people around you and you're talking to a crowd. But you're more talking to yourself almost.
Because I'm constantly am.
It makes sense. That's part of having ADHD too.
Yes, you know,
that's part of it.
Like the part of what I love about, I'm glad you said that. Part of what I love about my music is the fact that I can see myself in it. And it translates. And if you understand, then you see it. But if you don't, then like you just hear it. I also want that person to be like, oh, it just sounds good. Yeah. But
ear candy.
Like we was talking about the curation. I do want people to understand, because even on the new project, like the intro is from a movie. I don't. But I'm gonna say like it all just makes sense. It all like I want to take the extra step to find the things that way it's intricate. So the person that wants to dive deep, they got that too. Yeah. But if you want to sit on the surface, you like, oh, it just sounds good. And that's what I'm always just working on. Like I don't feel like I don't feel like there's a place to be. I feel like it's something to strive for, because I never want to get complacent. I don't ever, no matter how big it goes, I don't ever want to feel like, oh yeah, I did it. Yeah.
No, I can see that. You keep working despite having a lot of content and work. You're still pushing and pushing. Now, I do have this is a little side rant I do have to ask you about. Something that came up in our discussion of your music and etc. I have to ask this is in your content. You do talk about Kanye. Kanye West, and Kanye West is an interesting character going on in the world right now, and with all the things that are happening, I got to ask you, especially with your love for Virgil, when did you decide, yo, Kanye is I like Kanye and I'm really into Kanye, and where do you feel he sits in your mind space now?
Oh man, yay.
And mind you, this guy off camera, this is a gay stand right here. And he had to grow with it and see all the good and the bad and the ugly.
Yes.
So this is why this question's here.
That's so. It's like you could like really teach a class on this guy. Like,
You can.
Oh yeah.
yeah. I mean,
He's disappointed in himself, though.
no,
No, he's
absolutely
not.
No. Well, but actually, it depends on that last apology. Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah.
But I got introduced like through the wire like everybody else. But I guess when it started to hit me was when the Good Music freestyle started to come out. He was wearing the suits and he was a Hawaiian and all that stuff. I'm like, oh, I get that. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of raps going on. I'm like, I like the songs, but then I understood that. And then that was around that time where Runaway. Remember when Runaway came out on MTV?
Yeah, he was hurting it.
And I was like, when he was on with the MPC, and it was over with.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah. But then also for some reason, I turned into a philosopher when I was like 16, 17. But I didn't know it. I didn't know that's what I was doing.
Yeah.
But my perception of Kanye when he was doing like controversial stuff is that he's a mirror of society.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime you look at Kanye and he's doing something ugly and nasty, that's a moment for you to reflect on what's happening in society. Not to say that he's doing that intentionally, but I look at what he does as performance art. Not to say that he's not done things that hurt people, but I'm saying this from the outside looking in. How he lives his life is just something to you see it and you have to like really ask yourself questions about yourself, like what's going on with me, and how do I fit into this puzzle? Because if you dive too deep into it, you can be like he's a nut, blah blah blah. But I'm like because I'm like that man is too talented and his work is too important. I feel like, and when you are an artist that are that influential, and I try to have a little bit of empathy because like
Plus, he ain't touched no children, so
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, we'd have heard about it.
Yeah,
He ain't touched no children.
he's just a little, you know.
He ain't R. Kelly. So we good. We can play his
I love Ye, man. And he's done things where it's like for a while it was easy to be like, man, it's okay. But then he has some things I'm like, oh, like I don't know if I could defend that.
Now I do got a question for you.
What's up?
Oh, because like I said, since you're a Ye fan such as myself, so do you feel and I've always felt this. Do you feel like there's two sets of fans based off the time frame? Do you think there's fans before Dark Twisted Fantasy, and you think there's fans not even Dark? I won't even count it.
808 and Heartbreak.
No, 808 Heartbreaks. Yeah, I'll go 808s and Heartbreaks.
Oh yeah,
you
it
think it's
definitely
808s and
split
before, and yeah,
for sure. Even though what's crazy is now that we're where we're at, it's more of the 808s era than it is what was before.
Yeah.
But that 808s was the split of like, no, we're taking it somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I fell in love with.
I love that album.
Yeah.
Like as soon as Kanye stripped away everything and started talking about pain,
You know,
started talking about what he was going through, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
here we go.
Yep.
and like I said, I was more the producer side of it, so it took a while for me to even get into the lyrics. I was just like, dang, I ain't never heard nothing. Yeah, it was sick.
And you know
what I'm
who
saying?
he got with the gentleman, him and his brother, they do orchestral arrangements. And this is what was wild. So he had went from doing the orchestral arrangements on his previous music to then jumping in with Mike Dean and them and focusing on a lot of the electronic and you see what I'm saying?
Yes, yes.
And you could see the change because I'm not gonna lie, the guy he was working for was amazing. He was great at what he was doing. The music was beautiful. And that was your graduation type stuff, etc. But when they flipped over and went into that other direction, he was like, how far can I push the envelope?
That's how it should be. But I will say this though, like my younger siblings and some just looking out into the world, they do tend to gravitate towards pre 808s.
Isn't that crazy? There's another it's another switch.
So there's a different But once again, see, like he's the archetype for me. Like because if you look at Tyler the Creator, they all have eras. That was Kanye was the first time I ever seen a rapper with eras that I was aware of. Yeah. So it's like that was him and Jay-Z are like in my mind like, oh, if you want to be a rapper, like you need to understand how this works. Then you could do whatever you want from there.
Yeah. So you can actually have a career.
You know? You know?
Developing into a career instead of just blowing up and then disappearing.
Yep. Yeah. And now Cole with the whole like trunk sale thing, I'm like, please, like.
I like how you split that. They did that. I like that. That was actually really dope. Now, I have to ask this, hip hop, we always do this, collaborations. Do you how do you approach collaborating with other musicians? And do you look to collaborate with other musicians when you're making like a project, like putting a project together? Oh, I need to have a collaboration. I need to get up with this person so I can help with the music.
I am terrible at collaborations.
You're honest. He's an honest man.
I'm so bad at it. I've become so spoiled with being able to produce in my crib. You know what I'm saying? Like just.
I gotta get up and go.
You know what I'm saying? I could just roll out of bed, not even brush my teeth, and start working on the beat I was working on last night. Nasty, I know, but I mean, it's your favorite song. Your favorite song, my breath's thinking. Anyway.
7 days. 7 days.
But no, like, and I always shout out my brother Days on 85 Rome, prolific songwriter, singer-songwriter, producer, super producer. He introduced me to, like, literally before I met him, I wasn't even going to studios.
Oh, really?
I was at the crib. I'm not going to your studio.
There's not a reason.
No, I could do it, but
It's money. I got a mic.
Yeah,
I can't afford that. You know what I'm saying? Like this stuff is expensive. I luckily got a mic and
$50 an hour.
I had to, I had to pirate. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff.
There was an era.
It was an era. It was a time. It's all paid for now.
Yep, there it is. Y'all heard that.
But yeah. So that introduced me to collaboration because I noticed that there's a value in just being in the studio.
Yep. Being there to person.
Just see, even if it's not your session and we're just talking, and it's just that energy. So I have, like, with the last project that I put out, the Seer, the song Born to Fly was different for me because I had to, like, work with the homies, play and luck to, like, get the future done. And I realized in collaboration, especially when you're doing your own music, it's like, okay, you gotta, like, you're putting it together. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go to here. I gotta, what's your time? And da. So I kind of actually, this is a new love for me. I'm now trying to figure out how to, like, cause I'm like, okay, when it comes to, like, collaborating with other people, like, I tell people all the time, like, I'm not the friend that's gonna, like, hey, like, how you doing?
Pick up the phone. Nah, I ain't gonna do that.
I'm now becoming that person.
Yeah.
Through the art of, like, learning how to collab.
Growing.
So, and I love that's one thing I love about music is that I keep learning new things. And it's like, sometimes it affects my real life and sometimes my real life,
Affects the music.
So yeah, collaboration is 1,000,000% the only way this gets done. Yeah. Because, like, I didn't make the systems. Sometimes these samples that I find, these are things that people dug and I found it through them, so it all comes from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we at the point where it's like, people ain't making stuff from scratch. We're repurposing a lot of this stuff. And I feel like it's important to do that. That's just where we're at. Yep. I'm doing a lot of repurposing and reimagining of things that already exist. So yeah, that's collaboration is literally how this works.
Dang. I'm happy you said it because obviously no one man exists by themselves. You are not on an island.
Yeah.
I think a lot of us have gotten into a situation where we think, oh, I am the man. I make this happen. Yeah. I'm the reason why this exists.
Oh, the Kanye mentality.
Yeah.
That's so funny about that. And I had to say this. And you know what's so hilarious about that, especially with Kanye?
Yeah.
Is that he was the number one person that told everybody that you need a team and that you need to collaborate. Because that's what made him different when he decided to delve and go into the other way, is that he would say, hey, I'm going to get a group of 15 or 20 people together. We're going to make the best album. Why? Yeah. I got 15 or 20 of the best people in here working on this at the same time. I don't have to be the person that programs the drums. I don't have to be the person that plays the French horn, but I need the best that can do it in here together and we'll make something. That's why I thought it was so crazy.
Yeah.
We know artists are. When he started saying, like, I am the best. I am. It's just me. I'm like, no, but you just told us that's not how it's supposed to work.
Because that's the thing about mental health. You know what I'm saying? It's real. And I know it's kind of like cliche to say mental health is real, but it is. Like, it's an altered state.
Yes.
You know? So I do believe that Kanye is in there. You know how, like, when you watch a TV show and it's like the little kid is, like, deep in there, like so when I hear those things, I'm like, that's not. But I don't expect the masses to understand that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are things, because even when it comes to me, like, my personal emotions, like, I read The Mountain Is You. Yeah, I think it's called The Mountain Is You.
Was that the last book you read?
No.
Okay.
But that's the book that helped me realize, like, how I've dealt with emotions.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Because I used to do this thing where, like, I was a quiet kid growing up. But quiet doesn't mean that you don't feel anything. So as an adult that transferred, I'm like, dang, like I'm in a situation where I'm upset, but I don't know how to express it outside of making art. And being an adult means you have to stand up for yourself in corporate situations.
Yes.
So anyway, I say
in corporate.
you know what I'm saying? You got to be able to, you can't just crash out, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes, so that's part of the reason why I learned that. And seeing him going through what he's going through publicly is kind of like, wow. Cause I've met people who have bipolar syndrome and they are two different people when they are in that manic state, but you're also not Kanye West. So you could do that in your private. But the whole world gets to judge. So it's like I'm empathetic of that, but at the same time I'm not. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, I know you're not supposed to use that word, but it ain't.
Yeah, it is. It's off kilter. Yeah, it's different.
We're all crazy.
Yeah, we all are.
We're all crazy.
I don't think. Yeah,
Inclusive.
that's what I'm saying. I think it's inclusive.
We're all crazy. I'm trying not to be PC.
That's how when people say that they're normal, I look at them and go,
Yeah, being normal isn't. Yeah,
that's not normal. Yeah, especially here's the thing.
Normal just means you hide your crazy.
Yeah, the fade, the mask, quote unquote.
Especially if you're especially if you're able to be normal under the current circumstances of the world,
Brother,
you really got problems.
You know how weird it feels to like work on music and go to work and like what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
So but I was reminded that this is new. We in early, I'm not even talking about maybe 100 years ago, people didn't know what was going on the other side of the world in real time.
No, you had to wait a week too.
And you would have to buy a newspaper and sit down and read the damn thing before you even knew that there was a war going on somewhere.
Yeah. So we're in new territory.
Our mind is not made to handle all this information at once, which is why you need an AI chatbot. And to get an AI chatbot, we are sponsored by, you know how they do that on podcast?
The commercial.
Sponsor. About to drop it. Y'all.
Shout out to Claude.
Yeah, shout out to Claude. Yo, if you want to sponsor, please sponsor the Hilltop Glove podcast. But we've been talking about it. Yeah, it's good to have one of those things to help you manage all of this craziness that goes on in the world. But final question for you today. And we're starting these little trying out these little new segments, and I think you're gonna like this question: fame or respect?
Oh my gosh, I'm a Leo, so of course I want to be famous, but respect is something you got to walk with, or like I'm not you know what I'm saying? Like
you gotta take that with you.
That's everywhere. So I've guessed the real answer is I've chosen respect.
You've chosen respect. Okay. Okay. Now why do you choose respect? Can you tell our audience so they have some understanding?
Because I'm my mama's son.
Preach.
And she ain't never take none of that.
Preach.
So yeah, you know what I'm saying? Respect over respect. Not fear, love. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be feared. I don't like bullies.
No Machiavelli in this.
No. Even though he's an interesting person.
I know you with the philosophy.
I try to dip and dab, you know what I'm saying? If I could find a rabbit hole that could connect me, I'm hooked. But yeah, no, definitely respect, because respect is like a legacy thing. You know what I'm saying? The older I get, I realize I'm like, yo, when you hear a story about like a grandfather or whoever, you be like, if you realize the family respects this patriarch, you know what I'm saying, your family or whatever. So it's like, okay.
Because the ones that they don't, that legacy, the way they talk about them, oh my Lord.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh my Lord.
Regardless of when I'm not here, at least they'll be able to say, they'll talk about the content of my character. Even if they're not talking about my music, Maxx was da-da-da, whatever that is. Because at the end of the day, that's what I care about the most. I'm like, when I think about making certain decisions or what I want to be on, I'm like, okay, at my funeral, will they love me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Will they say good things? Will it bring people together knowing that I was here, and will they celebrate my life?
Will they try to jump into that grave with you? That's the that you want. My baby, I'm gonna jump on it. Yeah, when they do that, then they loved you. Or somebody paid somebody some money, but
family members.
Yeah. Final thing. I know I was supposed to be final question, but I got to ask you this final because obviously
that's okay because I could talk on
rapper, right?
Yeah, I'm a yapper.
Top 3 producers of all time, no particular
of all time.
Yeah.
Ooh. Can we preface this by saying my personal?
Yeah. Personal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, because I'm like, there's a political.
There'll be some people coming in angry,
right? Because I could say Quincy Jones, but I didn't grow up with that.
Quincy Jones.
I'm
yeah,
sorry,
personally,
but I get it.
Yeah.
So personally, Kanye West.
Yep, I knew that was coming.
Because one of these is gonna shock you probably. Okay, so Kanye West. Let's see who's the second. Oh, that's tough. Oh, give me a second. Wait. Okay, my next obvious answer, because it's my personal favorite, is Cardo Got Wings.
Hey,
if you know, you know. Anyway, dang.
I like that you chose him. Yeah, I like that. I like that choice.
That's my guy, dog. Bro, he don't miss.
Don't be listening to these people's. Yeah. This
because he's one of those producers where it's like you be like, oh, he made that.
Yeah,
and then he made that.
Yeah, you don't know.
He produced for Playboy Cardi and Larry June.
And I know I like some Playboy Cardi.
Come on now.
That's already okay. I already knew what he said. I said, "Ooh, that caught me off guard."
Hey, come on now. Caught me off guard. The last one. Ooh, okay. Cause this is I don't know if this counts, but 40.
40 counts?
Yeah, okay. Does that count? Because sometimes, I don't know. I don't.
The reason why people drop out all the highs.
I use that on every song.
And go to because of 40. That's
40.
The reason why. Yeah.
The reason why I say that because it's like it's so many. I feel like it's an umbrella of like that whole like how you saying. So it's like when I say 40, I'm also saying like the T minus all the people, whoever. Yeah. So yeah, 40. Cardo Got Wings and Kanye. That's probably my top three.
I can't. Them good choices. Yeah. All right. So before we get out, obviously we used to do like little shameless plugs. You got to do shameless plugs. You got to tell people where they can find
next
you.
For you? Yeah. You got some projects you're working on, right?
Oh yeah, I'm working.
Preach.
Okay. I don't
jump down.
I'm always working on something because I can do something in a week or two. So I just say this: come follow me everywhere.
He said a week or two.
I'm telling you, like.
That's the problem with creative stuff, man. That's the problem with art is that the supply and demand curves are fucked. You have to make it, whether anybody buys it or not.
Yes, exactly. And we didn't get to it, but I do think about my music as a product sometimes. So I'm like, okay, how do you? Okay, but anyway, I'm always working on. We get to that, but I'm always working on something. So you just got to follow my socials. I'm not Maxx Goods. That was not. I said it right. On everything. TikTok, Instagram, or you type in Maxx Goods with a $sign on Google, it should pop up. Just scroll past one TJ Maxx link. I'm right under it.
He ain't lying.
I'm right there. And always just look out because I'm always trying to, I'm always creating. I'm always looking out for something and to bring into the world. So yeah, just follow me on my socials and reach out, talk to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I like to have conversations. You know what I'm saying?
Plus, if they listen to this episode, they might get a nice little treat.
Oh yeah, I got something. Oh yeah, go listen to my mixtape. I'm the dude on the corner. No, I'm just kidding. But yes, literally, go listen to my old projects. I got music everywhere. My latest release, The Seer, is out now on all platforms. And I do feel like I'm growing. I'm getting better as an artist. So just look forward to like how I'm gonna change the game. You know what I mean?
There we go.
All right, bet.
Well, for the Hilltop Glove podcast, we got a shout out, and I'm gonna make sure I do this the right way. So we are filming today. Go ahead.
This is Asylum Studios in beautiful Charlotte, North Carolina. And this is one of my favorite locations to record. Just because there's all these instruments around us. It makes me feel like we're.
It has the best sound.
Yeah,
the best light. Yeah. It always does. We're sitting on wood stuff. It's all nice.
Yeah.
And if you're ever in need of a good recording experience, please make sure you holler at our good friend Scott Slagle and the owners here at Asylum Digital. Please call them at 704-492-9289 or visit their website at asylumdigital.com, where you can actually view and see the different offerings they have in here, from setups to recording spaces to mixing as well. They have a plethora of different DAWs and analog equipment to use.
There's a
microphone. Yes.
I want to crank.
Yeah. I've never seen one in real life.
I know, right?
Crazy.
It's dope. Matter of fact, one episode, y'all, we were rushing to get here and we left our microphones. Guess what they got? Microphones.
Yeah.
Microphones.
Yeah, they look out for us real good.
Yep. They looked out for us. So we always appreciate it. It's a very cool, calm space. no rigmarole. It's not rowdy or anything like that. So if you want to come in here and actually focus on doing a good job, you can do that here. But for the Hilltop Club podcast, this is DJ and what?
I'm Mike.
That was Skip who just left out. Tamaya's outside with a little one. And our esteemed guest.
I am Maxx Good.
Excellent. Until the next time, tell someone next to them that you love them and you appreciate them. You don't always get a chance to do so. Peace.
The Hilltop Good Podcast.